About 14 years later have passed. Things have been changing quite well for Sophonoworth and Emma. Their lives just kept on getting better and better and better. Not just that, they had their hands full with their children. Sophonoworth and Emma have little kaiju, have little dragon Godzilla hybrids. And, well, they had their hands full with They had their hands full with 7 kids. Super Horse was being not just a great king, but a great father as well. Emma, on the other hand, was being a great queen and a great mother. And, well, for the past 14 years, things have not went bad. No wars, no nothing, just peace and quiet. However, Superman was sleeping because he had a long 5 days of work. And he just came back home. He barely came back home. Well, because, well, he was gone for the past 5 days of work. Keeping the Monster Kingdom in balance was not so easy. So he just came back home. Luckily enough, Emma took the kids to go visit Mikasa on Aaron. So that way, Sophonoworth could get some sleep. However, unfortunately, Mikasa was not around. Because, well, her and Aaron left to go on a little vacation for a few days. So, luckily enough, Emma found King Godard 3 and Sasha. No, Ziltazan and Sasha. God. Luckily enough, Ziltazan and Sasha were just sitting around doing nothing. So, I guess Sophonoworth just came back? Ziltazan asked curiously. Emma shook her head. He just came back home. You should have seen the look on his face. He was just exhausted. Well, he has been gone for 5 days. And being king of the monsters is kind of tiring. So, it makes sense. Yeah, he most likely did not wake up for like a few days. So, he might be asleep for a while. No wonder why Nikanta 3 came and, well, started taking command. Because Superfire was just tired. You should have seen the look on his face. He was just exhausted. So, how are your kids? Yeah, they're doing fine, as you can see. The three of them looked at... Ziltazan and Sasha looked at Superfireworks' kids. They were just playing around and just having a good time. They still couldn't get over the fact that they were little dragon Godzilla hybrids. They've just became the first hybrid kaiju in history, being half dragon and half human. with their mother being, well, a half dragon, half human, and with their father just being a full Godzilla who actually had a human form, things were just shocking. No other kaiju hybrid has ever been, well, born. The only kaiju hybrids that currently exist are Biollante and Space Godzilla, but they're not technically a hybrid. They're more like clones of a Godzilla. So with this being kind of shocking to kaiju kind, having, well, seeing kaiju, well, dragon Godzilla hybrids, of course they share a few things in common with their, with, well, the obsession of collecting gold, sleeping on giant piles of gold, eating farm animals, clearly what a natural dragon. So, there was that. And with them, with their father, and with, well, with them being more like Godzilla. So, yeah. And their kaiju forms are a bit more of a mixed. Max was the firstborn, so. Plus, he had a few Godzilla. His kaiju form was basically, well, a Godzilla with some dragon features. Like, for example, wings, of course, the ability to breathe fire, and a few, well, horns on top of his head. His younger brother, her Super Godzilla Fire Wars Jr., on the other hand, and he was more like a dragon, again with a few Godzilla features. The atomic breath, arms like a Godzilla, and of course the dorsal spines, and of course the build, and of course swimming a bit more faster underwater, and of course the last ability having a burning form. The third born, Dylan, was also a Godzilla. His form, well, was obviously a Godzilla with a few dragon features. However, unlike his older brother, he actually had a few other dragon features, like for example, well, his underbelly was more full of like hard, like scales that are more like iron within a way. And of course, he also had a sharp spike at the end of his tail. And of course, some horns on top of his head, like an actual dragon.